Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Arsenal Fan TV America, coming back to you here from the Pacific Northwest, USA. Welcome back to all the football fans, all the soccer fans around the US, and of course, around the world. Hiya, Gunners. I feel for Arsenal fans. I really do. I don't think there is a similar team to Arsenal anywhere else in the world. Arsenal Football Club is a very, very unique club. And if for you to be a supporter, of Arsenal, you have to be a bit different. Because again, this club takes you up, down, promises, movies. It's like you're watching your favorite, Netflix or whatever. I know I try to joke about it, but there's a lot of football fans, a lot of soccer fans around the world that this is very serious for them. But again, we don't want these fans to have a heart attack because, again, if you're an Arsenal fan, it's very difficult, especially, with a loss like yesterday's loss, right? You go to Newcastle United, St. James's Park. It's a League Cup. It's the second of two games or two legs. You already lost one at home, 2-0. So all that is enough preparation or enough motivation, right? Or enough preparation for your motivation that day. But Arsenal didn't show up. I don't know if they were motivated. Hey, listen, at some point, they did play, good football. Of course, because those players that we're going to talk about, the starting 11 and whatnot here in a second, but those players that started and played the Newcastle United game are very capable of beating Newcastle United, not just playing great football for 5-10 minutes of the game, right? But unfortunately, Arsenal went out of the cup. Right now, of course, Liverpool looks to be the one going, to play Newcastle because Tottenham is also out, which is a great thing. So both North London clubs, Arsenal and Tottenham, are out of the cup. But let's talk about Arsenal more. Let's go and see who started for us. Of course, after that humongous win, amazing win, big win versus, the champions or the Premier League, former champions last year, Manchester City, one of the best clubs that plays football, in the world. We were able to beat them 5-0. So, again, going back to, and that's why I started, by saying very difficult to be an Arsenal fan. You go out of the weekend beating Man City 5, and you come to a cup tie that you just have to win it at least with 2 goals or more. Not just 2 goals, you have to win it with more than 2 goals, or 2 goals to get you the penalty kicks, gives you hope. But you couldn't even score a goal. And again, that's why, as an Arsenal fan, it's a dilemma for me. That inconsistency. I mean, listen, anybody in the world can just go, beat a club big and go lose big. That's like a semi-professional, teams do that. But when you're a caliber of an Arsenal football club, when you're at that caliber, you expect to win. I mean, this is a over $1 billion squad, right? This manager spent more than $800 million in the past 5 years. So you would expect that you would win a League Cup, a Carabao Cup, an FA Cup, not go out like that. And that's where it's very, very difficult for Arsenal Football Club fans. And I feel for you, but hey, listen, let's go real quick and see who started. It was an unchanged lineup because, again, you beat Man City 5-1, right? So that's the lineup that should start. David Raya in goal. Was doing great the whole season, right? Mistakes from David Raya or from any goalkeeper can cost you a championship. And, you watch the game, there was a humongous mistake that killed the game in my mind by the Arsenal goalkeeper. He gave the ball away, basically, and they scored on us. So, David Raya, I know he doesn't do a lot of mistakes, but again, a mistake that big cost you to get out. Hey, listen, you got to give him a break, but you also got to feel, ouch, right? But you got to give him a break. It is what it is. Goalkeepers make mistakes. At least he does not make as many mistakes as others. Yes. To the left, we started Luis Skelly. Kid is doing great, of course. And I'm not going to talk about his, celebration. Everybody's talking about it. He can celebrate however he wants. And he can imitate whomever he wants. I don't know why everyone is talking about it as it's like a bad thing and he shouldn't have done it. Hey, celebrate. You scored a goal. Celebrate. Imitate. Do whatever you want. It's a celebration, people. So, get a life. Talk about something else that's important. Great kids, doing great. Scored his first goal against Man City. Young man coming from Hale End. He's ours, academy. You should see him and Waneri growing up together from, being 8 years old at Arsenal and kids playing together. It's a wonderful thing to see. So what a great player. I'm very happy with him. And again, he can celebrate however he wants. Next to him, of course, was Gabriel and William Saliba. Right side, Jurrien Timber. Again, the unchanged midfield. Thank you, finally. We have some consistency, at least 2 games in a row. Martin Odegaard, Declan Rice, and behind him was Thomas Partey. Let's go up front. We see Trossard on one side. Martinelli actually took Bukayo Saka's side, and then Kai Havertz through the middle. Again, I would have wanted to see Ethan Waneri starting on that right side for Bukayo Saka. He always scores. You don't have to be a genius about it, Mikel Arteta. You could just stop overthinking and killing our, rhythm and play the kid. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. That's why it's so frustrating for Arsenal fans. Play the right players. I don't know how he thinks about playing them because it's not based on fit and condition. It's not. It's based on some weird formula in his own mind. Anyways. So we see Martinelli on this side, not Waneri. And again, Kai Havertz through the middle, which is to me right now, again, one of the most useless Arsenal players that just doesn't do what we need him to do. And he also misses a lot and he also wastes a lot. So now, when you have someone up front in the middle that wastes, that much, goals and passes and ball comes to him, he's the last one. If you look at his stats or watch a game and watch what he does now, Kai Havertz is going backwards. So it becomes very frustrating. And with that, we're never going to win anything. You need a goal scorer. It's obvious, right? And also you sit a kid like Ethan Waneri to prove a point. I'm not about that. You bought a player, he works great, he didn't, no matter what or how much you paid for him, right? I'm not giving up on Kai Havertz, by the way. And I'm not saying he is a bad footballer. But he's not a good striker. And he's not scoring for us, right? Let's play him at the right, place. Maybe we can benefit from him more. But at this point, he is not producing anything other than negativity for the club and for the team, right? Yes, you scored at Man City. A great goal. Yeah, you need to do that every game. City's done. We can't just live with the fume of that win, you know what I mean? And then we go on. I don't want to really talk about how Arsenal played and how it didn't. I mean, the score speaks for itself, but we couldn't even score from corners anymore. We weren't motivated. I did not see motivation. And then you take Martin Odegaard. When we were down 2-0, we need 2 goals, right? Or we need now, 4 goals. 2 goals to start. You need to score goals and you take out the most creative player. I'm in loss for words. There's no upcoming game, by the way. They were just looking to go to Dubai for vacation. So there's no upcoming game. They're going to just work in the heat for a little bit. It's freezing now in England. So there is no upcoming game. You have to rest him or anything like that. You take Martin Odegaard out. I was not happy about that. And then you take Trossard out. Anybody that watched that game saw that Trossard was the best Arsenal player. So again, I really question the substitutes and the selection. That's what win you or lose you a game. If he does the right thing by putting the right personnel, we win. If he doesn't, we lose. And it's a pattern for Arteta, and he keeps doing the same thing. So, listen, I'm not going to even talk about who replaced. I mean, Trossard was replaced by Raheem Sterling. Do you think, Arsenal fans or anybody watching right now, that Raheem Sterling is going to come in for us and make a difference? Do you think when we're down 2 and need another 2, that this guy's going to go score even a goal to save his life? The answer is no. Bad news. and you brought in Mikel Merino. What is he going to do? What is he going to do? I mean, I don't think, again, that's a guy who can finish a game for you or win a game for you. Calafiori, yes, maybe a lucky shot. But you bring in Jorginho for Thomas Partey. You take Jurrien Timber, Martin Odegaard, Trossard, and Partey out. Those 4 players are game-changing players. Any coach will tell you that. And you're putting in Raheem Sterling, Mikel Merino, Calafiori, and Jorginho. Those guys won't win you anything. And hopefully, Jorginho goes. I'm hearing that Flamengo is talking to him, and he might go to play for them next year. Go. Please do. Please do. Leave us alone. Because that's a player that's done a long time ago. And look, he came in. What did he do? How many times did he miss the ball? How many times did he make a bad pass? It's the usual. It is the usual for Jorginho. Raheem Sterling came in and did what? Got a card. A yellow card. Other than that, he didn't do anything. So again, poor choices by the Arsenal manager. We say it. Everyone says it. The ones that just want to be fans of Arteta now and defend for him are creating stories. Even the time that he went out and talked about, the ball, he did. It was obvious. The whole entire world saw it. It was on social media. It was on Sky Sports. So it's a very valid resource. It's not AI or it's not anything. And still his fans go out and say, oh, no, he didn't talk about the football. I don't know what you're watching, but when you that blind defending someone, I really don't want to have that conversation with you or even answer your, weird thoughts. I don't, because now you're not being realistic. Everyone saw he was talking about the football. He did that after the game. It's a press conference that everyone saw. Still, the guys or the fans that can't see how bad Mikel Arteta is, they're still defending him. They're saying, no, we've never seen that. So, listen, I'm not going to go talk about him anymore because, it's just a waste of time. Now we know why we don't want Premier Leagues. We don't want, Cubs. It's all because of the Arsenal manager. I guarantee you that anyone, some people, by the way, say, who are you going to replace him with? Who is better out there? Listen, I'm not going to go through the good names like Zinedine Zidane, that are out there looking for a club still or don't have a club. I'm not going to go say recruit someone like Arne Slot. And here it is. That's someone that can example for you as a manager how to come to the Premier League and become successful. You got to manage somewhere else, do something first, and then come to Premier League gradually, right? But Mikel Arteta doesn't feel that. He was giving Arsenal manager right away. So he's already full of himself. And what did you do? Nothing. So, again, go back and be realistic. And if you ask me, who do you replace him? I'm going to repeat that question. Anyone. Anyone out there that's given 800 million 5 years in a club like Arsenal doesn't do nothing. Anyone. You can replace him by anyone. Because you can give half of that money for someone and they'll bring you Premier League in a year or two. It's a lot of money, a lot of players, and a lot of good players. You didn't have to go in and switch the whole entire Arsenal, philosophy and this and that. And no, you didn't have to do that. You just had to play with the players you had and then keep injecting young players, which you already had and you do have, but you don't play them. You sit him outside. He played Ethan Nwaneri because it's about him, so he could say, I introduced the youngest player. But after that, how did you use him? Very poorly. Arsenal Fan TV America, Arsenal Football Club, fans, real fans, I'm sorry that this guy is still in charge of Arsenal. But it is what it is. We're fans, we just have to sit here and watch, till hopefully, the grace of God, we'll have someone really that loves this club from the owners or the family or the powers to be that does not want to be just complacent running a business and wants to just get some trophies, that will notice that, hey, it's time for him to go because there is nobody else. I've been watching Premier League for 30 some odd years, 33 or, this is the 34th year, right? Premier League started back in 1992. I have never seen or I yet to see a manager giving that much of a chance like Mikel Arteta. That much money like Mikel Arteta. No trophies, no creativity. Not just that. Listen, it's not about trophy, remember. It's not about trophies, I promise you. I want to legitimize his existence as a manager. That's why I want him to win a trophy. But if he plays beautiful football, he does the right thing, but luck or referees or whatever is against us, I'm okay with that. It's not about winning trophies. Trust me, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about bad management, bad team management, letting players go that are good players, bringing players that shouldn't be in the club, wasting a lot of money, hyping up, doing the wrong thing on the day of an important game, choosing the wrong players. That's what I'm talking about. Where we go from here, Arsenal fans, I don't know. What do I know? I know that next we go to Leicester City. Yep. We are going to be back February 15th. I think that's a Saturday. And we are playing Leicester City with their new manager, of course, Ruud van Nistelrooy. So hopefully we continue that winning streak. Now you go out 5-1. You beat City. You go play Leicester City. Not Man City. Leicester City. So you would expect that Arsenal win. But you can't expect it as long as Mikel Arteta is manager. He may start Jorginho or whomever it is, Raheem Sterling, or all these players that shouldn't play for Arsenal at all. You don't know what he's going to do on the day, but you're almost certain it's not the right thing. Arsenal Fan TV America, thank you very, very much for watching. Don't forget, please, to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And like and share if you love the episode. And I will see you after, hopefully, the next win. Bye now.